Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to G.W.R. Gonzo's Wrestling Room. Got a big show planned for tonight, joined by my dad, Tony Gonzalez, like normal. And we also got pro wrestling tag team, the Dirty Birds, joining us. How's it going, guys?
It's going good.
Coming off a big match just a few weeks ago.
Oh, let's get into it. Let's get into it real quick. First of all, it wasn't a match. Second of all, it wasn't official. And third of all, we saw your guys' reaction, and we know you feel some sort of way about it as well.
Yeah, I don't think a referee that wasn't out there should be able to come change something.
Oh, yeah.
And I also don't think I didn't see why the ring announcer was in the ring being involved. That didn't make a whole lot of sense to either one of us.
Yeah, that's the main thing that didn't make sense to me. I mean, I've seen shows and stuff where referees, get involved, and that's one thing. Okay, I mean, that can happen. I'm not saying I agree with it, but a ring announcer getting involved makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because that Coward Shane, he's on our hit list right now. Talk about heat, talk about hate. I can't wait to see that man and get my hands on that man. I don't know if it'll be on November 12th. I don't know if it'll be before then, after then, but I cannot wait, because he's on top now, right along with Bulletproof Posse.
Yep. Has anything been made official for the 12th? Do you know if you're getting a rematch yet, or I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you can say yet, or if you know for sure.
Well, since you asked, we might as well just take this time right here to say we want that damn rematch. We're putting our rematch clause in. We feel like we got screwed. I don't see it happening any other way. I don't see any other tag team in AACW being able to handle the heat in the match between us and BPP. The rivalry is just too hot. Anybody else in there, we're just going to toss them out and start getting to business. So we're putting in our rematch clause tonight. We're calling them out tonight. Anybody who's watching from AACW that's in creative, just know we want our damn rematch
clause, because we won them titles fair and square, and then they had to take them and screw us over. It's like the Montreal screw job of Kokomo.
The Kokomo screw job.
Yeah.
Marcus Fine says hello, everyone. Got Kelly Fine in here as well.
Hey,
says
Marcus,
hi.
hey, Kelly.
And then Isaiah McWilliams.
Turkey. What up, Turkey?
Go ahead, Dad.
Okay. I wanted to recap some stuff, because you guys have just started in the business. You haven't. But how many months have you guys been in now?
I think it'll be 7 months now.
Competition. We've been in competition for 6 to 7 months.
Yeah.
Okay. How many matches have you guys actually had?
3 official tag matches, and then 2 battle royales.
2 battle royals.
And one of our tag matches was a fatal 4-way tag match that also BPP somehow squeaked out the win.
After we were laying the SmackDown all match on them again.
I'll tell you what, you guys have improved from the first time I seen you guys compete. You guys have improved a lot. Have you getting a lot of extra training, or what do you attribute that to at this point?
Definitely been training, whether it's in the ring, outside the ring, in the match, whether we're just goofing around. Our mindset's getting better, because we want to be the best around here. When we walk in, they're like, oh, shit, we got some competition. And so far, so good. It seems like that's the vibe in most places we've been in. But we want to be able to go state to state. People know our name. So we're just grinding, and we ain't going to stop till we're at the top.
What do you contribute to your early success? There's a lot of tag teams or a lot of individuals that start in the business that don't have, near the success that you guys have had this early. So what do you attribute that to?
I would have to give almost 90% of that shout out to the flock, man. Shout out to the flock. our fans are the best amateur fans in Indiana circuit right now. And there's been multiple commentators that said so, whether you guys, the flock's lit, the flock's hot, but not only you guys, you know, older veterans in the business, man, they tell us, and Marcus has even told us that, you know, our fans are some of the best fans in the amateur circuit or whatever circuit in Indiana right now.
You guys are hot. There ain't no doubt about that. What do you think that you need to do?
Read our mind.
Sorry to interrupt, but this comment's got to be addressed.
Read our mind, Mr. Fine.
This comment's got to be addressed.
Cage match, yeah, I seen that. That's not a bad idea.
Smart man. I don't think BP for it. Neither their ass could get over the cage
because they're scared their other little goon squad can't get up in there because they saw what happened last time they got in that ring and tried to jump the old goose. Belly to belly suplex city. Sorry for stealing quotes, but they all got laid down. And while he was getting jumped, I took all of them scrubs out single-handedly. So it's imagine without them 4 or 5 other goons, 2-on-2, they ain't got no chance against the birds.
No chance.
You guys
they stick us in that cage with them. That'll be their last day. That'll be their last day. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I hope it is a cage match. That'd be awesome. You guys probably had goals coming in to the business. Have they changed at all? Or are they pretty much the same? Or what would you guys say at this point?
Our goals were to get in and just, you know, have fun. And now we're getting in. Our goal is to get them straps. And our goal is to go on and travel more and get more and more straps around our waist and be the top tier of any place we go. We want people to look at us and say, hey, they them dogs, they dirty. And that's been the mindset since, you know, we've gotten, you know, complimented and, you know, we take our criticism well and take the worst out of it and turn it into the best thing possible. So that's our goal now. We're title chasing, we're fan chasing, we're trying to get the flock even bigger, which, I mean, that's going to be hard to do because it's pretty damn big, but we want to grow all over the states, all over the nation, everywhere. That's the goal. That's the drive.
I would definitely have to agree with that. You know, becoming a well-known tag team is our goal. You know, whether it's in the state of Indiana or in the country, or if we ever end up on a TV show, but to be a good tag team. You know, I know you guys have mentioned some tag teams in Indiana, like the Highlight Reel and things like that. But we want to be on that level, if not above that level. And when you mention a tag team like that, we want to seek out tag teams like that. So we're planning on finding wherever those boys are at, your favorite tag team in Indiana. We want to get in the ring with guys like that. Yep. Ruthless Domination's another one in Indiana.
And change your mind on your favorite tag team of Indiana. We've got a lot of big names we want to, you know, tag teams we want to chase after. Highlight Reel's definitely up there with BPP. Sam Knight and his crew definitely up there. So, you know, we've got our eyes set on some guys. We may have to work hard and earn our way up there, which is no problem. We did the same thing. We'll do that anywhere else. We're willing to do that, work our tails off until we get that opportunity. We don't think we just need it handed to us. We want to work for it and show that we can work our tails off and get there like we deserve.
Have you guys wrestled anywhere outside of AACW yet?
Our first show was actually at Heroes and Legends, and I know they got another show coming up this weekend, but Sally, me, and the Rooster got a couple things on our schedule, or else we'd be down there, whether it be doing a pre-match show or working a battle royale. We would love to be there wrestling right now, but this weekend, but that was our first main company that we started in the business.
Okay.
But Shane, he probably gave us our step in the door.
Definitely.
DeVille was there at Heroes and Legends, said, hey, come here, get a hold of this guy. And ever since then, he's been helping us, him. And you got Justin there, all the vets, all the older guys, the vets, they just open the doors up, wide open. Let's put our foot in the door, let's train, you know, and they get probably 99.9% of the credit from where we're at right now.
Let me ask you a question, and if you don't want to answer it, that's fine. But has everybody been pretty cool to you guys? Because you guys are so new and you're having so much success. Is there any jealousy or any problems with anybody? I mean, because some people ain't had the success that you guys are having and been in the business for a couple of years.
I wouldn't say anybody's walked up and been like, hey, we're jealous. I think a lot of guys have walked up and been like, hey, we wish we could have been there already. We wish we could have done that. And we always give them, you know, respectful advice. Everybody just at a different pace. Everybody learns quicker. Everybody pops quicker and rides that out quicker, and we just had the opportunity to being athletes all the way since we were walking, wrestling, football, track, all of it. We've been doing that since we were in school. So you give that, and then we bring it into this field of wrestling. We've already got the wrestling background. Yeah. Quick training. Every sport we do comes quick. We get pretty good at this one. Same thing. We came in ready to get better and just started punching it right in the mouth, and we're going to work our way till we're at the top.
Yeah, being an athlete could definitely be an advantage for a lot of people. I mean, I'm not saying it always works out. There's been athletes to get in pro wrestling and it didn't work out, but I think it is an advantage if you've played sports and you know how to be a part of a team, you know how to work out, you know how to do all those things. I think that can help. But again, also mentality wise, if I think it could hurt you sometimes too. But I think it's a positive in most cases.
You can't let it get in your head. You got to be able to not be nose up, cocky, but you can be confident, but you can't be cocky. You got to be able to back up what you say. You got to be able to prove yourself in the ring, outside the ring. You got to show that respect in class as well.
Yeah, and I would have to attribute that to an amateur wrestling background. If you've went through amateur wrestling and you spend any type of time in it or got to any higher levels of it, you can't really be cocky because at any given moment you can get yours, and any given yes. You can get pinned, you can get beat. So when you walk into a professional wrestling locker room, you got to carry that with you.
Bill, this is Goose. I'm Rooster.
King of the coop, and the goose is loose.
Yes, sir. It's Ricky Bonds.
Ricky Bonds, get this. Well,
you know what? I'll respect because everybody in Bulletproof Posse is probably the only person with at least a little bit of talent. He's a little better than everyone else in there, so I'll give him that. Other than that, he ain't on the birds level.
I'd have to agree. Ricky's probably top 10, 15 in ACW, and they're all lower than that. He's definitely the best looking wrestler in the Bulletproof Posse.
So we'll give him that, but that's all you get, bud. Especially when you guys accept that challenge. There won't be no reverse decisions, I'll tell you that.
What's been the hardest thing? Of course, now it's been another 2 or 3 months since we had talked to you. What's the hardest thing at this point with wrestling so far for you guys?
Good question.
There's definitely two things I would say are as hard as one is finding training facilities, and then two would be just branching out, whether it be getting into a different company each weekend or working with a different company. We just recently put together our resume, and we're going to start getting that out to other companies and stuff. We kind of have a little bit more accomplishments now, more experience. So we put together a resume, and basically one thing we're having trouble with right now is finding another company. So that's one thing we're looking to do here in the next year.
Well, we're willing to where any distance don't matter. We're willing to travel. We're just trying to get our name out there and show what we got. And I usually try to get us as many places we go. Thankfully, I think November is going to be the month of shows for the Dirty Birds. I think we're going to be migrating quite a bit through Indiana. So I'll just keep that kind of tease for a moment.
Yeah, I hope so. Definitely hit up promoter Jared Bird, which I know who Jared is. Definitely hit him up, and I'll blow up his phone too and talk to him and put in a good word for you guys.
We appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, we talked. We had a good talk with him in the locker room at this last show for sure. We like him a lot. We enjoy his experience and knowledge in the locker room.
Yeah, good guy and great promotion. And I'd like to see you guys in Muncie at DCCCW. I think you guys would add a lot to that promotion. So hopefully that can get worked out.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see him in DCCW.
Yep, there's a lot of tag teams there you guys could work with. A lot of wrestlers, period, that you guys could work with. So I think that'd be great.
Oh yeah,
and that's what we want. Well, AACW will always be home, but we're definitely willing to go take on other people and whoop other people's asses around other promotions around the state. Because we're ready. We're ready to finally get that migration going. We love working where we're working, and we'll always work there. But just like Shane said, and we mentioned earlier, he's the one that got us here. He's the one that gave us the opportunity, and that's where our home will always be. So definitely. We're willing to stay home and also travel and do more shows and meet new people and show them what the birds and the flock's all about.
Yeah, we know what you mean there, because like actually Jared was one that gave us our first opportunity to do these shows, and then Shane was the second organization we ever done shows at. Now we're doing shows all over the state, and then we're going out of state here in December. So
we'll be doing a show in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, who dey, baby?
Oh,
Who dey?
come on.
Who dey? Who dey?
Yeah, we got a big show in Cincinnati we're looking forward to. It's going to be at a big theater and going to be some pretty big names on it. So we're looking forward to that. And then we've been offered in Illinois. It just hadn't worked out. But I think after the first of the year, I think we're going to be going over to Illinois and doing some shows.
Right on.
But yeah, with you guys with Shane and them, they've got a great promotion. That's way me and Chris looks at it, and I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. If we're not doing a DCCW, our second show is pretty much Kokomo, because they was the second place to give us an opportunity. So that's what we try to be loyal. If anytime Kokomo has a show, the only way we won't be there if DCCW is having a show, because that's where we got our start. But otherwise, we want to be at Kokomo.
Just last weekend we had somebody ask us about November 12th, and I was like, no, we're already booked for November 12th.
We're booked for Kokomo.
It's gonna be a show that nobody wants to miss.
Oh, definitely. And the last show,
we're gonna be wild. The flock's gonna be bigger than last time. I can guarantee that. So that means the roof is gonna get blown off even louder than last time.
I'll tell you, it was pretty loud last time. You got that?
Yeah, it was loud in there.
Flock was crazy, and you guys put on a great match. The main event was a great match. Jared Bird had, ladies man Mike King had 2 or 3 people that wanted to try to kill him. I think
Yeah.
he was working the crowd pretty good, and you guys had the crowd excited. So it was.
And then the bull rope match was a fun one too.
It was awesome. It was great show.
We got to be ringside for that. We were honored to be ringside for that match, and being the Birds. We knew Hog had it in him. We just wanted to get in there and just smack. We were ready to just smack people around if Hog needed us, but Hog didn't need too much backup. He got the job done. He got to go out with a dub and literally go on into the sunset.
There was a split second there. Me and Rooster were standing in the back of the crowd, and we about hit the damn ring. But like he said, we knew Hog was going to come out on top. We knew he could handle whoever came in that ring. So
Hog's a big old boss man. He got the job done. So.
Yeah,
Speaking of Hog.
Yeah, speaking of Hog, thank you, Hog. We appreciate this, man.
One of the coolest merches I've ever seen.
It's going to be a collection, man. For real.
Yeah.
That's a special shirt, brother.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the show's going to be on the 12th. I'm really looking forward to it. So
let's see, and then that was our first time getting to see Hog in the ring as well.
Yes.
So it was pretty cool finally getting to see him in the ring.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Had the crowd going for a little while. I heard the Hog chants, and I think one of the younger guys in the locker room was running around getting the crowd going wild. They were getting into it, and he threw Justin all around that ring, got them 4 corners and got the dub,
Busted him up.
and then had everybody in their feelings with a heartfelt and really emotional speech. Man, it was, like I said, we were just privileged to be able to be there and watch the guy that opened the doors, opened the arms up for us, and get to see him, because that could have maybe never happened, and we could have never got the opportunity to see the guy that gave us an opportunity to see him in the ring. And we got to see how he works and, learn a little bit and just be honored to be there.
Yeah, and the Kokomo crowd, they already had one of the craziest crowds all the shows we went to, and then you add the flock in there, and it just gets even louder. Yeah. So
I always reference the flock to the old school ECW crowd. They have no filter. They say what they want. They do what they want. They're just wild. They're dirty. They're dirty.
But I think in the last 6 months, AACW as a company has literally just started getting better and better and better and better. The stable of guys that we have on the roster now, from registering from Christian Cash down to Justin Danger, just the knowledge and information you can find in that locker room is ridiculous. And now that we're putting shows together and putting those cards together, I really think we got something brewing in Kokomo.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, and I've said this many times, and Chris knows this, I think he agrees. I think Kokomo, we've done a bunch of shows over the last little over a year now. And on a show-to-show basis, I think Kokomo's got the best crowd. They really do. You guys got the best crowd out there. We've seen some other shows where it may have been a little, because it was so big, it may have been a little louder. But like I said, on a show-to-show basis, Kokomo's hard to beat.
Hell yeah.
And it's just going to get louder and louder because the flock's going to keep growing and growing. we like to challenge ourselves and try to pre-sell at least 20 more tickets than what we did the last time. And let's say last time we sold so many, we had them all sold out, and people were still asking for them. Like, oh yeah, we got your tickets. They're like, oh wait, no, we're out.
We oversold.
You got to come to the show
Oversold.
and get them at the door. We've oversold our tickets last time, so we're hoping to get them pre-show tickets rolling and bringing that help that company out and get the flock and I just love the crowd reaction. You know, we're building fans every week from others, bringing people in. You know, people coming up, like after the show, we had people coming up asking for signatures, and it was like, and all these little kids asking for pictures, and it was, you know, it finally hit like, dang, so this is what it's like, you know, having that, you know, big crowd and fans and everybody's got your back and cheering for you. It feels great. Next show is November 12th.
That's a Saturday night.
Yep.
Saturday night. Yep.
Doors open at 6:30. Shows usually at 7:05.
Maybe 6:30. They might open early.
Yeah, they might have to open early again.
They're Kokomo, Indiana, at the Carver Community Center.
Yep. What's been the hardest thing for you guys to learn when you switched over to pro wrestling from amateur wrestling?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's the same, but there's a ton of stuff that's different. You know, you're kind of you're still using your amateur background, but it's like you got to do it a certain way. You got to follow certain rules to make it work. It's a learning process, and we've been in 7 months, and we still learn stuff every time we get in the ring. Every time we go to training, we're still learning. You know, there's guys that's probably been in there 10, 15 years that say the same thing. Every time you get in there, you learn something new. It's a nonstop learning process, and always will be, because the sport is always, you know, just turning into a higher athletic capabilities and just evolving. You know, back in the day, it was you had to be big. Then it was you had to be somewhat athletic. Now they're wanting nothing but D1 athletic, you know, guys that are national champions and you know, amateur wrestling champions, football champions. They're looking for your next generation of athletes, and they've been definitely going for their D1 college type of guys.
I would say for me personally, it's like from amateur wrestling to professional wrestling, it's like just the relying on your opponent in the sort of way. And in amateur wrestling, you don't really, it doesn't matter what they do. You just kind of take advantage, cut them, let them up, take them down again, cut them, let them up, whatever it may be, you know. But when you're behind the curtain ready to go out for that match, you know, your opponent has to be just as good as you, if not better. So
because you're only as good as the person across from you.
That's something that's pretty nerve-wracking before any match.
You're exactly right. You know, I've heard some professional wrestlers. I listen to Busted Open, and they talk about, you know, working with your opponent. You know, if you don't build somebody, you ain't beat nobody. So it's a two-way street. I mean, you got to make that person look good, and he has to make you look good, because it ain't going to work if you don't. You know, so I mean, that's the only way that both of you can get over, and that's the goal. I mean, somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, but the goal is for both guys to be better after that match and after that show.
And you're putting a lot of trust both ways. You're putting a lot of trust in your opponents to keep you safe.
Yeah, and we were just talking about that the other day. You know, watching our first official tag match for this last one, it was like, the improvement was just insane.
I almost broke my neck on a clothesline in my first match, and you know, like this last match, I'm going off the top rope and, you know, hitting some good spots and whatnot. But my first tag match, I about knocked myself out just from a clothesline. You know, it's like it's a little different. You know, you definitely got to watch be safe and watch yourself and your opponent.
Have you been able to feel yourself get more comfortable in the ring though? Can you tell Could you tell, like when you got in the ring this time, could you tell a difference from getting in the ring like maybe the time before?
I would say like it's almost getting to the point where like it feels like I'm going into an actual wrestling match. Like our first couple shows, like I was a little nervous and like excited, but like now that we're going 2-on-2 and we're really running the ropes and we're really getting a match in, like I almost feel like I'm wrestling at the semi-state. I'm wrestling at the regionals. You know, I had that feeling this last match. That's how like pumped up and excited I was before the match. Like my emotions were, I was locked in. Like I was really ready for that match, and I'm ready for this one on the 12th as well. The same way, this next 3 weeks we're going to take the training just as serious. So that's where I'm getting to the point with it. When you really get to wrestling, it's damn real. Like that last match after, it felt damn real.
I would agree 100%. You know, our first, you know, from the battle royals to our first tag match, and you can even see it when you see us in the ring. You can see how much the confidence has grown, how much the nervousness has gone straight out the window. It's like, you know, we still get them positive butterflies, and you know, we're still in that zone, ready to go. That's things you probably won't get rid of. But like being nervous and frightened, it's like, oh crap, what happens? That's all out the back of the head anymore. You know, you don't really think about that. And like he said, you know, our training, every time we get ready for a match, I think we just get better and better, except for this time. You know, I think we got the job done at the last show. The 1, 2, 3 was counted, but apparently it wasn't good enough. So we're just going to train even harder, get in better shape, and get better in the ring. And we're going to whoop their ass and take them titles home where they belong. That's not talking birdie. That's talking facts.
That's on birds, baby. For real.
That's on the flock.
When we get to our full pace and our full peak, a tag team like Bulletproof Posse could not hang with us. Like we had the pleasure of seeing them walk out with the belts. Ricky Guns was limping, holding his ribs. Chris Chaos, I'm pretty sure Shorty P was under his shoulder, like holding them up. Like they were hobbling back to their band. Like if we really run the ropes with these guys, they cannot hang with us. They got really lucky this last show.
We're lucky that Shane had their back, in my opinion, because I feel there's a little sketchiness going on with that.
Politicking.
I'll see him around.
There's something definitely going on there. I don't know what it is, but there's something definitely going on. One thing that you will have to watch out for, I think I agree with you guys physically. I don't think the Bulletproof Posse can stay with you guys. But on the mentality, and I'm not saying that you guys don't have the mentality, but what I'm saying, these guys do have the experience, more experience than you guys do. And they also have the numbers game. So that's a big deal too. I know you got the flock to kind of even that out a little bit. But that should be interesting. It's not always physicality. There's mind games. There's other things that can always make a difference. So
I will say they definitely got some good mind games. They're good at playing the mind games, and they do have the experience, and they've showed that the last 2 shows. You know, the Fatal 4-Way, we was going to town on everybody. We left the scraps, and we went outside the ring, was fighting with them. They took advantage, got the quick beat up on the guys, 1, 2, 3, got their championships, and then whatever happened. The screw job, you know, they definitely they got their job, they got their titles, quote unquote, if that's what you want to call it. But we all know the biggest screw job since Bret Hart, so we'll see what happens the next show. But I have no doubts about it.
That's why I think a cage match would be a good idea, because it could rectify the numbers game.
Yes,
I agree.
And I was just about to say, we got our own little tricks up our sleeve, and we do plan on getting it to where it can only be 2-on-2. If they setting that cage up, they're gonna have to be more than one match in that cage. I'm telling you, and it's gonna be a tag match.
And we got a little plan. So if that ain't the case, then let's just say the rest of BBP won't be ringside.
If there wasn't a cage match, what other kind of stipulation match would you guys like to do at that show, or maybe at another show at another time?
I want a street fight. I want to brawl. I want to show that toe-to-toe, pound for pound, we're tougher, we're better, and we're meaner than them. Yes, you can get our autograph.
And to compliment the street fight, if AACW can't compliment with the street fight, I would go TLC. I would go no holds barred. I would go ladder match. I would go table match. I would do anything with these guys. I just know that they cannot hang with us. The only way they're hanging is if it's 2-on-2 and they got their 2 guys out of the ring and they got an announcer on their side. That's the only way it's happening.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on toward the end of that match, because actually Shane was sitting at the table with us.
Yes.
And then the next thing we know, he's gone, and he's up there at the ring, and then they were saying the match was restarting up, and I'm like, so yeah, it was some shady business.
It was real fishy.
And in my opinion, the only reason they got the 1, 2, 3 when the match was reset is another reason the ref didn't see. I definitely got a nice little low blow to my junk down there. They took advantage of that and got me, because I don't feel good at all. I'll tell you that. And they played a little dirty, but we're called the Dirty Birds for a reason, so we can play just as dirty, if not dirty.
If they want to make it dirty, we can get dirty. That's why we want it no holds barred. We want it TLC. We want a table match. Whatever they want to do, if they want to be dirty and get dirty, we can really get down and get dirty. I promise you that. I promise you that.
When you guys first got into business, were you surprised by maybe like the physicality of it? Because I know some people try to say wrestling's fake and that these guys aren't real athletes and stuff. Were you guys surprised at all by maybe the physicality of how real it actually is?
Being a lifetime fan, obviously the extent of what is scripted and so on and so forth. But I goofed around when I was like 17, 18 years old in the guy's ring, and next morning I felt like I was 87 years old. So, and we're 7 months in, and when you still get done bouncing all around that mat and getting out of that ring, you're sore regardless. It don't matter how much training you get sore. It's everyone thinks it's this nice, soft, rubber, bouncy mat. No, it's not. It's nothing nice and soft about it.
Basically, most of them are steel and plywood. They're not soft at all.
With our amateur backgrounds in football and wrestling, I would compare it to 5 matches on a Saturday, or I would compare it to 4 quarters on a Friday. That's how you feel after. For a one match made me feel. This last match, I felt like I played a whole football game for sure.
Oh, man. I took 3 chops from JKO. Well, not from JKO, but from Joey Owens, Dex Royal, and another guy after the first show that we actually done commentary on. And hey, I was bruised for 2 weeks just off 3 chops. So,
well, Shane better hope he stays off commentary. He'll be the next commentator getting some chops.
Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Maybe if he's got enough balls to invite us to a podcast or a show.
Yeah, we'd love to come talk to him, write about it on the SWS set.
I have a feeling you guys might tear that set up if you guys got a chance to go.
They've scrapped on the set, but they ain't never tore it up like the Birds could. But we don't really want to scrap. We just want some questions on his turf. But hey, things happen during podcasts. You never know. Bill, you can message one of us personally, and we pre-sell tickets. We deliver them to the person or meet halfway, whatever. So if you want tickets, get a hold of us. You can get us on Facebook at The Dirty Birds or on IG at The Dirty Birds _IG, or just get our personal profiles, Jeff Closser or Jordan Raider. But we always got them tickets on set and ready to sell. How much are tickets? Bucks. They're $12. Dang, we're already selling tickets.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys. That's awesome.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy?
Chris. Hey, Chris Higbee.
Boy, look like one dude like Bully off of their TV show.
Bro, how's your leg? Can you walk? He might not even make it to the match November 12th. It might be Shorty P and the Ricky Guns versus the Dirty Birds. Who knows? I don't know if Higbee or Ross can even make it.
There you go, guys. If you read the comments, we'll be picking up our tickets this weekend. So get a hold of us, and we write names on the back, so we know who they're going to. Prepare them to get them out. So if you want tickets, just get a hold of us.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that show. We got.
We've been waiting.
Oh, that's the wrong month. We have like 3. I think we have 3. No, 3. Yeah, I think we have 3 shows before that Kokomo show.
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe 2. I don't know. I know we're booked for 4 next month already, and that's not counting the DCCW show because we don't know the exact date. So that'd be 5 pretty much next month.
Hopefully that's what next month's looking like for us, because we've talked to a few people so far. So if you see some surprise appearances at other shows,
well, let us know, because we might maybe see you at some of these shows. So let us give Chris a text or something. Let you know who you're going to be.
We'll definitely text you and get a hold of you about that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because we're if you're at another show in Indiana, chances are you'll probably see us.
Right.
Fine, definitely.
We're getting there. I haven't hit up all of them yet, but we've hit up a bunch of them, and the ones that we haven't hit up are just because they're on the same days. That makes it hard sometimes.
I'm definitely going to hit a couple
new. And for them bulletproof nobodies, they can talk about, we got this title, we got this title, we got hundreds of fans. In my opinion, we've been carrying the whole company for them so they can carry that title around, because they ain't got nothing on the Dirty Birds. I promise you that.
BPP's done. I can smell it now. They're breaking from the inside. They can't take the competition. They can't take the heat. That's why they have to do the things they do. They cannot take the heat of a real tag team match. They got to bring extras out. They got to bring the extras in. They're fracturing from the inside, I promise you.
Getting a lot of people in the comments.
Oh yeah, it's popping.
Yes, it is.
Oh, is that the ladies' man?
That's
Is
ladies.
that the ladies? I'll have Christian Cash take care of him.
Ah,
Cash take care of him. I got Christian Cash on speed dial. Dirty Birds is cool with Christian Cash.
So speaking of Christian Cash, what do you think is going to happen at the next show? Because I believe he's going to have if everything pans out, he's going to have a title match in a cage. I believe it's supposed to be, isn't it?
I believe Christian Cash has done his due diligence, and they're finally going to give him a shot at that ACW World Championship against his former tag team partner from way back when. So we'll see how that goes. But I'll tell you this, whichever way it goes, if they want to play the numbers game in that match, I don't think we're going to hold out from sliding in the ring for the main event this show. We let Hog take care of it, but we got Cash's back. So that's all I'm going to say.
What's the hardest part about the independent business? Is it trying to get your booked on other shows, or is it finding places to train?
And that's another reason I give Hog giant props. You know, he's one of the few guys that if you don't got too much experience, he'll just bring you on and help you and get you your wings, get out there and fly. And that's why AACW is home. But definitely finding bookings, because you know their main question is how many matches you have, how long you've been in. And, you know, some of them guys are like, oh, only 7 months, you know, no, thank you. Or some of them like, okay, 7 months. I've seen your matches. I've seen your promos. I see what you look like. We'll give you a shot. And, you know, that's what most of these guys that we're going to be seeing around here soon is like, hey, you know, we're going to give you your shot and see what you got.
Uh-oh, look at this. Read this.
I'll lift you above my head and slam you right on your head, son.
We are not with the ladies, man. We like the ladies, man. We dig the ladies. We like the ladies, man, Mike King.
Hey,
we dig it. We dig it, bro.
He don't like the beef. I'll beef with any. Cool. I'm part of them dirty birds that'll beef with anybody. I'm the crazy one. Tries to keep it tame, but you want the smoke? We can take the smoke. I don't care.
If we're talking a handicap match, Mike King, no way, Jose.
If you're gonna lift Mike King over your head, that's gonna be some heavy lifting.
Hey, that size don't mean nothing. I threw Chaos around like he was a baby. I threw Shorty P around like he was a baby. Rob around like he was a baby.
I know you guys are familiar with freestyle wrestling, right? If that last match was a freestyle wrestling match, it would have been 10-0 Tech Fall, Dirty Birds over the BBP, because he 5-point through every single damn one of them.
Shane said that the ladies' man Mike King's going to have his hands full of JKO.
Yeah, I've heard some rumors about JKO maybe heading towards Kokomo, so that could be interesting. I don't know if you guys got to meet JKO yet, but and I know ladies' man and him's had wars for years. I mean, they've had wars all over Indiana.
Oh, so he needs to focus up then, huh?
Yes.
He needs to get his focus right.
In the middle of the ring.
I can't
even take that guy serious.
It's a big difference. Boys, I have experience in
the bird last night.
Yeah, how's Jared Bird gonna handle the bird, man? That ain't make no sense.
Yeah, Jared Bird attacking a bird. That don't make sense,
man.
You're unstable, but everyone has a dream.
You got some serious heat. The ladies been going crazy.
See, the birds don't reference no one from the past because Cash already got the job done.
Ooh. Cash did get the victory. I mean, there's no.
Get the W. Cash did.
Oh, the ladies' man always flipped our table over.
Yes, he did. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Hey, he messed with our table too.
Yeah, and he was messing with the Dirty Bird merch table. Come on.
Cash all over the Dirty Bird merch. Got it all sweaty and sweated up from the match.
Yeah, he dumped our table, and I about ate a microphone. So,
thankfully, the flock was so big that within probably the first hour, all the merch was sold. But
Shane said he got the job done.
Yes, sir. He sure did.
Yes, he did.
Let's go get along, guys. Cash cheated plain as day.
I didn't see no cheating.
We were there. We
I didn't see
were
no
right
cheating.
behind the curtain. It looked like a clean win to me.
I think you just knocked you silly. You're seeing things. Those were stars, bud.
Before we get out of here, tell everybody where they can find you at.
Oh yeah, definitely. So like he said earlier on Facebook, we're at The Dirty Birds, and then on Instagram, which is where a lot of our stuff goes, clips, highlights, pictures. The Dirty Birds _IG on Instagram, and then we both have our personal Facebooks. If you guys are friends with us, we share a lot of Dirty Bird content on there.
You guys have any merch online that people can get to, or you guys just have the merch on hand?
I actually just got an email today where you might be making it official, depending on what's going on. I gotta get the full contact and things figured out. But here soon, you will be able to get merch on ProWrestlingTees.com soon,
Oh, cool.
and we will get that stuff posted once we get it all confirmed.
Yep. And at any show that you come see the Dirty Birds, we're gonna have our own little table, our own little booth set up where you can hopefully get a T-shirt, whether it be an old white one or a dry fit new one here, and we're working on some new designs and some cool stuff.
We can't say for sure. How do they know? How do they know?
Known as, all right.
Oh.
Don't go too far now, Chaos.
Don't be talking about
Don't
hometowns.
go too far now, Chaos. There's going to be about 100 Peruvians in that gym, and no one can save you. Don't do that now.
I did have a
Help them
question,
out.
but I can't think of his name right now.
The
The guy that turned
15 followers.
15. Who's he talking
the
about?
Golden Prophecy.
We got about 500 on each
oh.
side.
No, the other one. Big guy.
Followers.
Big guy.
And his last name's Bird. He's a
Oh,
bird.
Birdie
man.
Watkins. Yes,
Hey,
I was going to ask him about that.
Jealous
I do have a
Bird. That's
question.
what I call him. Jealous Bird.
I do have a question for you guys about the show. What are your feelings about Brody Botkins, who came out and helped things out towards the end of the show? What do you guys think about that?
Didn't even know he was there until the show, till the end. No one saw him. We didn't even expect him to be there. And I was actually shook because I knew he was working with the prophecy. So it was just like, you know, if you looked, everybody was kind of in shock. And then once he started helping Hog, everybody was very happy. Like, holy crap, you know, somebody's out there putting the moves on these guys. So it was definitely shocking even to us because we didn't even know what was going on.
I'll say, you know, ever since we started kind of seeing the figure of Brody Botkins, you know, around, and he's been going through injury and stuff, and we've heard and we've seen and we've heard stories about Brody, but until this last show, you know, we hadn't seen Brody. Just so to see him in the ring was pretty damn cool.
I'm ready to get for Brody to be healthy and fully back because
He's been out for a while.
tell you why, he's one of the better big guys that you see in the independent circuit around here. It's
Very good.
We've heard a lot of good things about him in the ring. So to see him grace the ring and get some moves in there and help Hog out was real cool.
Mike King's all one night.
Yeah.
All right, so you have merch coming soon. That's cool. That's that's one of the hardest things, even like because I've been having people ask me about shirts. I'm like, I have to get some more ordered.
We got another cool thing. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but we actually just recently hired Dirty Bird Media, aka Dirty Mike, and he was around the ring, and we got a hard shot footage of that cheap win. So if and when it needs to come out, we got the hard footage from ringside of how they cheated us for the belts, but it won't matter come November 12th. You know, we're going to have the belts, walk out with them. But where I was going with this, soon we are working on a Dirty Bird documentary, and a Dirty Bird documentary going to drop soon, and it's going to be real legit. So we're real excited about that as well.
Yeah, I saw the guy that was following you guys with the camera and stuff there that night. So that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, we're working on a media shirt for him and everything. That's official Dirty Bird Media right there.
I don't know who he's talking about now, but he said he's trash too.
He's talking about the guy that's doing the
Dirty
documentary.
So was that the guy following me around the back the entire time?
He was probably just trying to get around you.
Oh, God.
Big old Mike King.
And then Chris
These
Chaos
two-
with
these
the
two dudes, man. These two dudes, man.
rise and the fall of the Dirty Bird.
That's them two dudes.
Says him. Says him. I know something you don't know, Chris Chaos.
We're gonna whoop you. How are we the bums in the rise and fall? We pinned them 1, 2, 3, and then you got your little side mouthpiece commentating how to pull some magic
I'll tell you
tricks
what,
and
Ricky
pull
Guns
some
is
strings.
so far up shooting with Shane's. You know what? And I don't think it matters what match they're in because he's just going to jump in there and put down some bad stipulation anyway. Shooting with Shane and Ricky Guns are on some other stuff right now. They're in another universe with this stuff, man. So it needs to be watched, Chris Chaos. You need to watch your back because your partner, I don't know, man. He seems kind of fishy to me.
That's calling him out a little bit.
Oh, you got anything else, Dan?
No, I think I'm good. Hey guys, I appreciate you guys being on the show tonight, man. It's always awesome.
Yeah, thank you for joining us again.
November 12th, AACW, Dirty Birds versus VPP.
Make it happen.
Let's go. We'll be
Make
slinging
it happen.
tickets online.
I still say Steel Cage sounds good.
Oh yeah.
The stipulation will come out soon. I'm telling you, there won't be no regular tag match right now.
That sounds good.
This
That sounds
rivalry's
like
too
you're gonna be-
big for a simple smack of the hand tag in. We're ready to get to our level. We're ready to get dirty.
Dirty. Come on now.
ACCW is going to have the work cut out to top that last show, but I think you guys are going to get the job done. I think it's going to be a great show. So, already got a good start with this cage match, and maybe another cage match, or like you said, definitely another stipulation match. And I know I'm excited to see what Brody Botkins is going to be doing.
Well, it sounds like we just heard there's going to be Mike King and
JKO
and Joey
sounds like
Owens.
gonna be something there, and these guys have fought all over Indiana for years.
We got a great card coming again. Like I said, AACW is only up, man. It's only going up.
That sounds awesome.
I think this is the last AACW show for this year.
I believe so.
I'm closing out the year on this one.
Hey, wouldn't that be ironic? Closing out the year with a dub.
The Dirty Birds with the belts.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, that sounds good to me. Like I said, we'll be there on the 12th. If you guys want to come back on it, you're welcome anytime. Just hit me up, and we'll get you guys back on the show. We appreciate you guys joining us. And
Hashtag and new coming soon.
Thank you guys, bro. For real, thank you.
No problem.
hey, you're welcome. And we'll see you guys on the 12th.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.